What is going on, everybody? I'm Crazy Pickle and welcome back to another Guild Wars 2 video. So in this video we're gonna talk about what I've done for just 1 month playing the game. And by the 1 month I'm meaning not the calendar's days, like October 1st through the October 31st, right? But just the days that I actually played, because I couldn't play every day, maybe 1-2 hours here and there, but I was kind of counting only the days that I can actually play for pretty long time. I would say at least more than like 3 hours. So kind of those days I would count. But in general, it's about a month that I'm playing the game. And then let's just look into it, what I've done, what I got, and where I am in the game at the moment. So we're just gonna start first with the storylines. So the first storyline is my story. It's the main story. You go through that story while you're leveling up to level 80. So of course I've done that. And as well I've done the Heart of Thorns and Path of Fire, which those two are the expansions. So you have to buy them in order to do it. And of course with the Heart of Thorns and Path of Fire, unlock some other stuff, which I will talk a little bit later in this video. So what I'm gonna tell about the storylines, all the three storylines are amazing. So if you're really gonna, if you're really a player who likes the lore and storyline and all of that, good stuff, I guess, then you're gonna definitely enjoy all three storylines, and it's definitely worth getting Heart of Thorns and Path of Fire, not just because of the storyline, but because of some other things. Of course, the mount comes with Path of Fire, and Heart of Thorns comes with gliding and some other stuff. But gliding is kind of a more the important, I guess, stuff, because this is what you can do, just glide around the gaps if you wanted to. And so yes, that's what it is. All the three storylines are amazing, like I just said. Don't want to repeat myself again. And let's move on to the next part. So next part is gear, which should be pretty quick because there is not much I can actually show it to you. But yes, so the first thing is the Ascended Armor. First of all, I had to do it the tailor to level 500, which meaning I have to increase my tailoring to the max level in order to craft the Ascended Armor. So that's what I've done. That's what I got, the full set of armor right here. And it's set up for the full DPS as well, which most of the veterans player recommend for the new players to go for. Just go for the Ascended Armor, full DPS, and then it will allow me, I guess in the future, to do a little bit harder content, raids and maybe stuff like that when I will actually get into it. And that way I can do something different, maybe get possibly legendary gear or, stuff like that. So the weapons, for now I have basic. I didn't get any ascended weapons yet, but I'm thinking to it. And also my plan is actually try to get the legendary great sword. And I know there is a lot of time needed actually in order to do the legendary weapon in general, but also requires me to do a lot of other stuff to gather resources and all of that. So but for now I'm just running the exotic basic weapons at level 80, and it works for me fine. I'm doing pretty good with that. So what else? I got the amulet, ascended amulet, and 2 ascended rings. I'm also getting close to get at least 1 ascended earring, and of course the backpack is just a basic exotic backpack. The ascended amulet, I got it from doing the achievements. Where is that? We're gonna go like this storyline. Yeah, so this is achievement right here. So when you complete all of them for the Heart of Thorns achievements, you get that ascended amulet. And of course, while you're doing the storyline, so that's as you have a chance to do some achievements at the same time. If you couldn't do it something, you can come back and replay certain mission, and then do the achievements there. So it was pretty easy for me, simply because I don't have to buy the amulet. I don't have to use some kind of a currency for it. I don't have to farm for it. Just do the achievements, boom, amulet, here we go. So it was really good for me, so I've done that. Rings comes from the fractals. I'm just gonna open my backpack, and by doing the daily fractals, you open the boxes and you get the fractal relics, which you only need 10 to buy 1 ring, 20 to buy 2 rings. So here we go. It's usually doesn't take you too long, probably a few days I don't know, maybe a week, maybe less, probably a week or something like that. It will get you to those two ascended ruins. I already attuned them, which I don't want to talk about it. It's too much to explain. The long story short, attuning it just gives me another infusion slot. As you can see, I have +9 agony infusion, agony resistance 2. So usually it's just one, but when you tune the ruin, it gives you another slot like that, so you can add another agony resistant item. So same as this ruin as well. You cannot do it for the amulet. Amulet is completely different slot, which is enrichment slot. Gives them different stats, I guess, or bonus, whatever. Haven't done that yet. Haven't even looked into it yet. But so this is what I got for the gear at the moment. Nothing too crazy. But like I said, I have almost got to the point where I can get in one ascended earring. So I will definitely get that very, very soon. And yeah, let's just move on to the next part. So the next part, we're gonna talk about masteries and where I am in the masteries. I'm not too far in masteries. Of course, the first thing what I've done is upgraded my fractal attunement masteries. It's just because you doing the fractals daily anyway, or at least if you can't do it daily, you do it, but you have to do it daily because of the daily reward and all these upgrades for the fractals. It just increasing like additional reward, better rewards from bosses and stuff like that. So definitely you're gonna have to go for this first. That's what I've done. Of course, you need mastery points, which usually when you complete the main storyline, usually you have enough points to actually upgrade from 1 to level 4 the mastery points. So I think you usually have enough of that. You just need to do some kind of a missions to get actual experience, because in order to level up each mastery, you need get an experience. For example, if I'll open this one right here, so the line, it's the experience bar. Usually you just can go to the mission, do the mission, do some small events on the map, stuff like that. Whatever gives you experience, will go towards that. But for this one right here, or for the central Tyria, you only have to do the missions that are in the central Tyria. For example, all of the maps right here that has those levels, if it's not an expansion map, let's say it that way, you can do the events there and you can get the experience towards the central Tyria masteries. But you have to choose which one you want to train. Like for example right here, well, it's already trained, but I'm aiming for this one. And of course the Heart of Thorns, you have to do the whatever gives you experience in the Heart of Thorns maps, and same thing goes for the Path of Fire. So the Heart of Thorns is mostly just gliding. It's kind of a main part. Anything else required for something different, I didn't have a chance to look into it because I was busy doing something else. The Path of Fire is just for the mounts. Again, I haven't done a lot. Only 3 upgrades here, 3 upgrades here, and nothing here. So, and of course the pain in the ass is to get the mastery points as well. There are certain mastery points I was flying around on the maps in the world, in the open world, but that is not a lot. Mostly I think they comes from the achievements, and you can see all the mastery points, and it tells you which one you get and what achievement you have to actually do it in order to get that one. So I haven't done that yet. Again, I was busy doing something else. So yeah, let's move on to the mounts. I only have 3 for now, which is the Raptor, and Raptor is usually what? Just allow you to leap forward like very long distance. So I got a skin for the Raptor as well. Okay, so next one is the Sprinter. Also got the Halloween skin on him as well, and what it does, it just jumps high enough to reach maybe places where you cannot reach. For example, like you can just jump right here and just sit here, or you know, if you want to reach something up high, you can just simply jump and it works perfectly fine. And the third one is the Skimmer, which is more of a just floaty guy, floating around above the waters, you know, stuff like that, or dangerous like quicksand and stuff like that. So But yeah, pretty simple. For now, only 3 mounts. I do planning to unlock the next one, which is, let's open right here, this window, which is going to be, next one is going to be Jackal. But then this one is, I think this one is complicated to get. I don't want to kind of talk about, I don't want to get that one. What I'm planning to do is unlock Jackal and then try to get the Griffin. Griffin also kind of flying slash floating as well, so pretty cool and just looks dope as well. So that's kind of my plan for the mounts. In general, mounts are just more of a convenient part, especially like like a bunny, more of a convenient to reaching some hard reachable places. Of course, it doesn't work in certain places like jumping puzzles and all that. But in general, it's just for the convenient and just for, I guess, to show off. Alright, next is the exploration part. I only have done 81 world completion, and it's just pretty simple. You only complete 100% each territory or a map, I guess you can call that. So it tells you what needs to be done, like 15 hearts, 9 hero points, 17 waypoints, which is the teleports, 10 vistas, whatever it is. What the hell is, I don't even know. And 43 is points of interest. So pretty much you can see the map right here, all the squares, the vistas, and because it's a city, so it doesn't have the hearts. But the basic map has the hearts, so you have to complete each location onto 100% plus main cities just for the central area, meaning the expansion maps are not required for the world completion, which is pretty good. So I'm only at 81%, 19% to go, and when I'm done with that, I will get I guess some reward and items, or 2 items I believe, that required for crafting legendary item. So because that's what I'm aiming for the great sword. I want to get the legendary great sword, and that's what I'm aiming for. And again, there's requires a lot of other things for me to do for that one, but that's for the completion part or the exploration. And what else I've done only 2 times PvP, which was really fun to do. Of course, I got my ass handed to me once. The second time when I went in, I was doing a little bit better. Still was, a little bit difficult with the movements of camera, character, and plus the abilities and all of that. So, but again, only 1 month playing it, and only first time went into PvP, so of course I'm not gonna be that good. So needs a lot of practice and stuff like that. But the reason why I need to do PvP in general, not just unranked arena or ranked one, but also world v versus world, because of the rewards I can get in order for me to prepare for my legendary crafting weapons. So but yes, so that's what I'm gonna have to do as well at some point. And what else? So that's kind of what's my plan for the future, preparing for the legendary greatsword. In general, I still enjoy playing the game, only just for the 1 month, only just, limited time, like how long I can play or how often I can play the game. And this is a really cool part about this game, that it doesn't force you to play every day, or that you're gonna be afraid I'm gonna have to catch up to other people, to other players and stuff like that. You're never gonna be behind. Even if I'm gonna stop playing right now at this stage, I can come back at month, 2, 3 months, whatever, and I'm gonna still be able to do the same stuff that I'm able to do right now. I don't have to worry about that I'm gonna be behind or things like that. So this is a big plus for me. And if you are the same as me, that only have limited time to play, I'm pretty sure this game definitely gonna work out for you. You're not gonna be disappointed. Bunch of cool costumes you can get for the mounts. You can get the costumes for your character as well. There's shitloads of, you can choose. Of course, all of them coming from the market. You can have the actually costumes or skins for your gliding parts as well. So there's always, they're selling all the time some cool stuff, costumes and skins and all that shit. So I only have a few, so I don't know if you want to see it, but I have this one, this one, this one, this one. I'm rocking it right now. I have this one as well, and that one. So, but this one looks a little bit cool for me for now. Maybe I'll switch up maybe between this or this one. This one looks pretty dope as well, or this one. So, oh, let's go back to this one. But yeah, so in reality, you know, if you never played Guild Wars 2 and you want to get into it, you can play it. It's a free-to-play game, and you don't have to buy the expansions if you don't want to. You can still play just the core game, and still enjoy it, because there is a lot of things you can do even without getting the expansions. But at some point, you know, there is certain places where you cannot reach without, like, maybe gliding, or maybe without a mount, like a jumping bunny mount or raptor. But it's still, there is a bunch of other stuff you can do without buying expansions. And if you're gonna really enjoy the game after whatever time, for how long you're gonna play the game and try it out, you can buy the expansions, and it's really worth getting those. It's amazing storyline, plus the gliding is really helpful a lot, and mounts also kind of helps a lot, you know, to reach certain places, maybe stuff. So it's worth getting those expansion, I'm pretty sure, and that way you're gonna support the game. So there is no pay to win aspect of the game. But yeah, that's pretty much all. I definitely recommend try it out as well. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below. I will definitely answer as soon as I can. And I think that's all for this video, guys. I think I talked about everything that I've done at the moment. Well, the one thing I probably didn't talk, I didn't talk about the fractals, which is pretty just daily, just a 5-man dungeon, with just increasing difficulty, depends on the tier and level of the fractal or dungeon. It also, the higher tiers has the instabilities, which is adds additional either buffs to mobs, bosses, debuffs to you. So it makes more difficult to actually do the map. And so that's why I was actually talking about the agony resistance. That's why you need agony resistance, because the higher tiers require high agony resistance. It's pretty much the debuff in the mission that deals damage over time to you. If you don't have the agony resistance on your character, you're gonna die with a couple of hits. It hits pretty hard. So if you have pretty good if you have high resistance, then you're only gonna get just the basic damage. They're just gonna tickle you, so there is nothing else. But yeah, that's pretty much all. The daily fractal is required for you to do daily. Of course, if you cannot, it's still okay. Do when you can. It's easy to find a group for those as well. You just go into right here, click this one, and you can find people when people actually run in it. So, and then you just put like T1 daily, which means tier 1 daily, T2 daily, T3 daily. So, and they just run in that one. Yeah, it's pretty simple, easy to do, and it's also fun. There's a bunch of mechanics you have to learn during boss fights. That way you have to follow it. If you're not gonna follow it, you're just not gonna be able to complete the dungeon. But I think, yeah, that's all for this video, guys. I hope it's not too long. I kind of didn't pay attention on the time. But yeah, if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below. If you have any other suggestions for me, you know, maybe different games I can try. It doesn't have to be like MMORPGs. If you think something else, definitely leave in the comment section down below. And if you are the person who played the game, the Guild Wars 2, or you still playing, I definitely accept all of the advices you can give to me. I will definitely listen and see. I'll try it out and stuff like that. So yes, thank you in advance. And as well, if you like this video, smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet, and activate notification that you're not gonna miss new video I post. You can follow me on Twitter, join my Discord server. All the links you can find in the description. And until the next time, take care.